2011, the West Coast came together to pass the torch to Kendrick. And 13 years later, Kendrick brought it full circle and brought out every West Coast legend to dance on Drake's grave and cement him as the king of the coast. Even getting Dr. Dre to kick off his first of many performances of Not Like Us.
This was crazy. That was crazy. I seen it live.
The point of this was to show how much culture and heritage Kendrick comes from, and the legacy that he's continuing. And nothing proves that he's the king of the West Coast more than his ability to bring every West Coast artist, from Tyler to Steve Lacy to YG to Roddy Ricch to all the original members of Black Hippie, to a single show at the Forum, including West Coast basketball stars like LeBron, Russ, DeMar DeRozan. And DeMar was on Toronto's Raptors, Drake's hometown team, but came home to Cali, as Kendrick said on Not Like Us. It's to show how him being the king of the West Coast means a lot more in hip-hop and in hip-hop culture than Drake being the god of the Six. And it was a show that was really a history lesson about LA from the very beginning, a way to unite the city, to heal it from the tragedies of losing Kobe, Nipsey, and many others.
We done lost a lot of homies to this music shit, a lot of homies to some street shit. Unity from east side of motherfucking LA, Crips, clubs, power rules, this shit is special, man.
Shining hope on the West Coast future with inspiration from its past, using moments like news samples before Tommy the Clown's performance.
Our first story looks at how the city of Los Angeles.
And let me say this, uniting the West Coast is like one of the dopest and strongest things you can do as a West Coast MC. Like, if you really want to flex your power, unite the West. If you really think you him, unite the West. That's super dope. Once again, it's your boy, What's Up G. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's finish this video.
He's taking a different approach to gangs and a hot summer season.
Samples that talk about his influence in LA through dance. Responsible for inventing crumping, he had a huge impact on lowering crime and violence and being an inspiration and hope for the youth. Like he said, it was about healing and bringing everyone together a lot more than it was about any back and forth disses, but Drake happened to be the common enemy that let that unity happen, letting Kendrick basically film a whole music video for the song right on stage, full of the legends who performed and popped out to the show. Like, if he uses this for the music video after this, I would not be surprised. Turning the Drake beef into such a special moment for the coast was a great way to put a bow on the whole feud and turn it into something positive. But tonight was still a show full of subtle and direct disses towards Drake's attempts at colonizing West Coast and American rap culture. First off, he did the show on Juneteenth, after calling out Drake for rapping about Kendrick trying to free the slaves through his music. This photo of everyone on stage was put under a black and white filter and projected, and Kendrick made a point out of stopping to take the picture, making me think in a way he's calling back to the To Pimp a Butterfly album cover, which had this dead white guy at the bottom, kind of saying that this is Drake and this is the West Coast right now. During his performance, he called out Drake for using AI Snoop and Pac on tailor-made freestyle, saying,
"Oh, so y'all ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, huh? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let nobody mock and imitate our legends, huh?"
He also changed the line in Euphoria to say,
"Give me Tupac ring back and I might give you a new respect."
referencing the Pac ring that he showed off in the Family Matters music video. He played all the disses except for Meet the Grams, which was sad because I wanted to see how LeBron would react to Hey LeBron, Keep the Family Away, and the second.
Yeah, like, in that Tupac ring situation, just the way that he put it in the video, it wasn't much respect to it. It just seemed like, you know, I got it, ha 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 ha. You get what I'm saying? Like, not like, yo, I got one of the GOAT's rings and I pay homage to that. Just having that spirit around me, I pay homage to it. It was more of like, I'm rich and I got it, I know y'all mad. It's just a lot of things about Drizzy that just be rubbing me wrong lately, bro.
Half of 616 in LA, which was sad because I wanted to see how Ak would react to I Could See the Vibes on Ak, even he looking compromised. Kendrick also used the set list to rework songs from Damn, specifically DNA and Element, as Drake disses, playing them right after opening with Euphoria and emphasizing the parts that could be directed at Drake. But the disses came way before Kendrick even came on. Right before Mustard's set, we got James Brown's song, The Payback, the song Kendrick samples on King Kunta, which he performed later in the night, notably sampling the line, "I can dig rapping," which Kendrick follows with one of his first Drake disses ever. What the fuck? Then we got the intro to Mustard's set.
They're trying to replicate the slang and act like it came from their brain.
Directly referencing Drake, something Mustard backed up in his set by playing Juvenile's 1998 classic Back That Ass Up, which Drake sampled on his song Practice.
On your bag, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm a big time nigga, yeah, money.
The intro to Mustard's set also included the first reference to the beef.
The real takeaway from the Drake and Kendrick beef is that it's time for a DJ Mustard renaissance.
Sampling this TikTok, where this girl said what needed to happen after the beef was a renaissance of DJ Mustard. In other words, a renaissance of West Coast sound and West Coast hits.
When every song on the radio was on a Mustard beat, we were a proper country. It was happier times, the closest we have ever been to true unity.
She made a pretty good analysis there, because I feel like this show is going to be the reason that West Coast hits are going to be back on the radio for years to come, with Not Like Us hitting 2 million units.
I would say that, but I would say YG kind of got away from the sound too. I think YG could have helped keep the Mustard sound alive a little bit better. But I do believe DJ Mustard and his sound is heavy West Coast. DJ Mustard, his sound stands for the West Coast, like low key. Like you definitely like Kendrick, he could use more DJ Mustard beats, and I think that would become the sound for hip hop if that's the route that they choose to take.
Tonight. During Mustard's set, he brought out YG, even though Drake name-dropped him as being one of his ties to the streets on Family Matters.
You know who really bang set my nigga YG.
Drake was listing off The Game, Chris Brown, YG as his connects in LA that would keep him safe, and YG coming out in the show and then coming back out for Not Like Us shows that if that was ever true, it's just not anymore. I think it's also interesting that he brought Tyler out, when, if you remember, Tyler brought Drake out in an LA festival, and Drake got booed for half the set. The show was also partly produced by Dave Free, showing that despite the rumors that Drake tried to spread in Family Matters, Kendrick still stands by his childhood friend. And let's be honest, if Drake tried to do a show like this in the 6, he'd have to bring out Toronto all-stars like Smiley, Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, the dude from Wagwan Delilah, he could bring out Nav, and The Weeknd if he wasn't also beefing with him. I really want to see him try and sell tickets to some shit like that. Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, subscribe for quick, straightforward analysis of music.
All that stuff was true, y'all. I don't think he touched on like everybody that actually came out on the set that like made it way crazier. Between Dr. Dre, you had DeMar DeRozan, you had Russell Westbrook, you had TDE coming back together. He really debunked every stereotype and every like he came back and reunited the West. He put on some young boys from the West. Everything that Drake said that he couldn't do or didn't do, he did it during this show, which is crazy. And another thing about this show that you got to remember, this show was an international show. It wasn't no regular national televised show. No, it was international. International, meaning inside the United States and outside of the United States. It was on Amazon Music. Yeah, Amazon Music. And if you didn't get it on Amazon Music, they was re-streaming it on YouTube. When Nas and Jay-Z was going through it with Takeover, you had to listen to Hot 97. You had to listen to Hot whatever your radio station is in your city. Or if you didn't hear it once, like on the radio, it was a mixtape game back in the day. So you heard it on the mixtape eventually. This joint, you heard it firsthand while it was happening on Juneteenth. I know where I'm at. It was 1,000,000 degrees yesterday. Everybody was in the house just watching this or talking about it. Yeah, Kendrick shot a movie yesterday, but he always low-key makes impactful concerts. He's very good at making impactful concerts. And I said it before, like Drizzy, he's good at like making shiny concerts. When I say shiny, I mean like Kanye West. It's something that's like so memorable and so over the top and so amazing that you remember it. Kendrick, on the other hand, he does concerts that are so meaningful and so thought-provoking, that have deeper meaning, and a lot of times he don't even got to tell you the meaning. You can like kind of just look at it and like put two and two together on what he's actually trying to say, or what he's actually trying to debunk, or what he's actually trying to shut down. Yeah. Kendrick, to me, he's more, and he said it in his the Not Like, I mean the Like That record with where he's Prince and Drake's more like the Mike Jack. He's more of a Prince where he stands for things. And he's more impactful. He loves the art form of music more. Where he's on the other side, you have Drizzy, who's more like the Michael Jackson to this, where he'll do anything for a hit. Like if you look back at most of the greats that talk about Michael Jackson, they'll tell you how Michael Jackson hogged up all the hits, how he would do anything for a hit. Meaning, and we know Mike had 1,000,001 writers, meaning like, you know, all the hits gotta come across his desk first. Because Michael Jackson is gonna sell the most, but he will hog them all up. You get what I'm saying? Whereas Prince was just naturally talented. He knew how to do I think like 1,000,000 instruments. You get what I'm saying? He actually would change his name just to go on and make a stance against record labels trying to own his publishing and masters through his name Prince. So he changed it to a symbol. You get what I'm saying? Because he stood for something. Much like I think Kendrick stands for something. I think Kendrick stands for something, which is very respectable and commendable as an artist in today's time. All right. So it's your boy, What's Up, Jay. Don't forget to leave a like, comment. After this concert, I'm gonna ask one more time: are we still listening to Drizzy in 2024? Drop a comment. Drop a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 10K. You want to do something great today? You can always subscribe. Help me get to 10K. And if ain't nobody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out. Yeah, this concert was legendary. You hear me?